The second topic of business studies is social responsibility and business ethics. A business organization cannot perform the duties of the business organization in isolated manner. So, for example, this is the society, and this is in one circle, and the business in one isolated or separate circle. This is not the way happen in normal world. Business is also a part of the society, right? So if we draw a bigger circle for society, and your business is a part of the bigger society. So that is why the business need to consider the social responsibility and business ethics. Today we are going to speak about these social responsibility and business ethics. Now, who are the interested parties that you are being watched? So there are several parties, like can be internal, can be external. I think when you're learning business environment, we learn about internal environment and the external environment, and there is an intermittent environment called immediate external, that your customers and your suppliers are in. So remind that one, that you have in your business have an environment. That environment is internal and external, right? So if you consider both environments, there are many parties, can be individuals, can be institutes or organizations, who are interested about your business. If we label or if we listed some some people and uh, institutes, for example, now your customer, right? And then the suppliers, your own employees, and then the community, community, and the government, even your competitors, right? Those, there are more, but if you consider these parties, they are interested on your business, what you're doing, what is your actions, and what kind of products you're offering, what kind of service you're offering, and a part of that, how you're going to do the business operations. it, uh, are you doing ethical businesses or illegal businesses? So those are the things that these parties are looking at. So you should perform, or you should conduct your business. You have to manage your business with a proper way, that everybody needs to be satisfied, need to be agree that you're operating your businesses without any damage for the environment, the society, or to the health of the people, so and so. I think you have heard about sustainable development. Every person, every institute, every business entity aiming sustainable development at the end, because nowadays, not even now, since many years ago, the people started talking about sustainable development. So sustainable development simply is that you are utilizing the resources, the scarce resources in responsible manner, thinking about the future generation, their rights to use the resources, and you're going to save resources to them. And also you have to think about your long term continuity of your own business. So when you consider all these things, sustainable development objective is one of the critical objective or aim to organization to be achieved, right? So if your business is here and you're aiming to sustainable development, remember that the path that you're going to the sustainable development, the direction of the sustainable development, we call that as ethical businesses with social responsibility. Make sense? Do you agree with this statement? Because otherwise, how you going to achieve the sustainable development unless you use your ethical behavior and also your social responsibility? If you use these two concepts in your day-to-day operations and continue your business, you're going towards the sustainable development. For example, you will not waste resources, you will not damage the environment if you behave ethically, or if you behave in social responsible manner, right? This is a concept. To achieve the sustainable development, it is a must that you follow the ethical business and also social responsibility. Another advantage of following social responsibility and ethical business behavior is that you're going to enhance the public image on your business, towards your business, right? So it will helpful to be in the business field for a long time, and it will help you to cope or to handle all the all the efforts of your competitors, all the challenges, all the barriers that your competitors going to put against you. The other thing is, if you follow social responsible and business ethics concepts, that your business will run to a long run, and you will earn profits in long run. Now, for example, if you think about short term profits, you should not worry about social responsibility. You can just keep your objectives to the numbers, to the profit margin that you're getting. If that's so, within a very short term, you will be, rejected from the business world. In the modern day business world, without you engaging in social responsible models and following ethical businesses, your business cannot be survived for long time. If your objective is to earn something in very short time and go away from the business field, there is no issue if you not follow the social responsibility and ethical business. But I don't think every person who are doing the business, every organization who doing the business, that is engaging in production of goods or services or any kind of business purpose, everybody tries to be in the business for a long time. So following social responsibility and ethical business is a key. There are 5 areas that we can highlight your social responsibility actions are aiming. What are those five areas? One is consumers. We'll put one number one, okay, and the other one is employees. Third one is environment. Most of the people, when they hear about the concept of social responsibility, they think that this is about only about the environment. No, there are 5 areas. We already discussed about consumers, employees, environment. The fourth one is community. Right? And the last one, investors. So if the business operating for the betterment of its consumers, employees, environment, community, and investors, that means they are in the correct path of social responsibility and ethical business. We'll go one by one. What are the key areas of these 5 uh, concepts, the areas that business ethics or the social responsibility matters. When you talk about consumers, right, there are few areas that you have to think. One is your product quality, especially product quality is one area, especially when it link with the consumers health and well-being. Your organization is more responsible to provide quality products or services. If you are managing a hospital, you are dealing with human lives. If you're managing a production for a baby's supplementary food, that means you are dealing with a target consumer that very critical to a country. So your consumers, through your products, through providing quality and safe products and services, you have to ensure your consumers. The other one is fair price. If some product costs only 100 rupees, you label it and you put the price as 500 rupees and you're getting 400 rupees of profit. We said that kalu kada mudalali. You are like a kalu kada mudalali. So you can't be that kind of a person or a business, because if you're following social, responsible, and ethical business practices. The other thing is honest advertising. Why this is matters? Because consumers are believing you, consumers are trusting you, not you actually, your product. So if you give false information in advertising, or if you're providing or if you're misleading your consumers through advertising, are you doing ethical business? Are you doing social responsible business? No. The other thing is protecting consumer rights. Protecting consumer rights. They do have rights because they have their human rights. They have right to live. They have right to, you know, um, uh, be treated equal. So your products, your business behavior need to ensure you are not going to violate the rights of your consumers. Because nowadays, this is how you should operate a business. This is how you should think as an entrepreneur. Maybe in the past, when people are not considered these type of ethical and social responsible business behaviors, but today we have to think about this, otherwise our own business will be in danger. That is why you have to consider this. Okay, we have discussed about your ethical business practices and the social responsible actions for consumers. Now, equally, employees also a critical party to a business. Okay, there are standards like great place to work, fair trade organizations. These kind of certification is coming to a business that treated their employees well, look after their employees well, right? How you can look after your employee? One way is fair wages. That means you should not exploit your employees. You have to think about the number of hours they are working, number of facilities provided, the salary levels, whether they are competitive salary you're offering, adequate allowances are being paid for extra work that they are doing. Those are the things. And the other thing is safe working. What it means, safe working. You have to ensure, because of their work, their health should not be, compromised. For example, they may work in high risk jobs, such as people who are working in building high rise buildings, in the rooftops, sometimes the professionals who are doing surgeries, consultants. So they are doing high risk job, so you have to ensure their safety, maybe policy wise, maybe equipment by sometimes gears that they are wearing to minimize their risks, maybe some policies like covering your employees uh, through insurance schemes. So those are the things that you have to consider. And the other thing is their future development, training and development, training to improve their skills, training and development. That is one area that you should think. And also finally, respect. Respect. He or she can be a mine employee, a janitor, doesn't matter. They are they need to be equally treated because they are doing very important job. Without a janitor, how you going to work? Can you go to a washroom? Can you be there? No. So all employees may have different salary scale, different grading, but as a human, everybody is equal. So everybody need to be treated equally and respectfully. And the famous component, environment. How you ensure your business is providing at least no harm to the environment. Reduce pollution. This is very famous thing. Reduce pollution. Reduce pollution. You your business may dealing with production. So you're using energy. So you may be using fossil fuels for the production. So you have to think about environment pollution. Another thing is waste management. This is also linked to the first one, right? But we can call we can consider this as a separate thing, waste management. Waste management. So, and the other thing is now you want to operate your business in sustainable manner. That means you are using your resources efficiently. You have to use your resources. Why? Those resources are coming from natural sources, right? Resources to be used efficiently. This is another area that we have to consider. And we can mention another area that supporting eco-friendly eco-friendly solutions. We can say solutions. If you are a hotelier, you can take a decisions that I am going to build my structures in eco-friendly manner, more close to the environment, less use of concrete, very close to the environment, especially the trees, forests, and animals. We call them flora and fauna. If you want to ensure the sustenance of those both uh, entities, you have to ensure your actions eco-friendly actions. We can go in deep and say that you should enhance the biodiversity conservation throughout your actions. If you're dealing with construction, if you're dealing with the business like tourism, it is very important. Now, we have talked about three areas: consumers, employees, environment. Fourth area is community, right? Community. So, what this means, community can be your customer, your potential customer, or neither your potential or existing customer. They may be totally outside of your organization. They may not buy your products for their entire life. Doesn't matter. You have to think about them as well. If your business operating in a village, let's say, with the people who are living adjacent to your business premises, maybe the factory or the outlet or anything, anywhere. So that community becomes your host community. Sometimes you are producing goods to export. Maybe your products are consuming by the consumers who are in different country, but your immediate community will never consume that products, but you have still responsibility to protect the rights of your host community. One area is creating jobs. Creating jobs. If you are doing business in a village, if you create jobs, who will be benefited? The people who are living in that village will be benefited. So you should try to create jobs and engage and giving advantage to the people, especially to the host community. And also community projects, you have to support community projects. What this mean? We remember the cyclone we faced very recently, Ditwa, and in that, how many business entities came into action and donate food and other dry rations and drinking water and many more assistance to the communities. That means as projects you have to design the projects that give benefits to the community. And also infrastructure development. Maybe because of your business expansion plans, I'm telling you an example, because of your next level of expansion, sometimes the area, the village may not uh, they are not have they do not have electricity right now, but because of your expansion they will get the electricity because your entity is investing to the infrastructure that uh, electricity board provide electricity to your particular factory. So all the people who are living in adjacent areas can apply electricity because you invested on the infrastructure. That is how you have to think about. And avoid harmful actions. That is a must. If you, for example, if you are dealing, if you are implementing a project, a business project that e-waste or the electronic waste recycling, you have to ensure that no metals, no heavy metals will be uh, uh, joined or drained out from your particular premises through the drains and other avenues, because if these heavy metals go and collect and deposited in the drinking sources, that will be a negative impact to the health of the people in the host community. So you have to be responsible. You have to think about that, how you going to do your business operations without harming the well-being of the people.